Autobots, Decepticons, and Duelists. Welcome to today's video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 Divebomb. A mini-con from the show that probably no one ever remembers, but we're just going to talk about them today. And don't you worry about all the screen stuff here. It'll become important very soon. Other than that, let's just jump into him. I actually kind of like his design. It's a pretty good. I love the red and purple of him. In this show, he was actually a lot more red, a lot more purple than he was in the toy. He's still pretty good. I like the design. I love the red and purple. It's a nice mix together. It makes sense because I'm trying to think of the words. It would be like a good bounty hunter kind of color for like a Decepticon, even though he's technically a bounty hunter, but it's whatever. He technically can't move anything except for his legs like this, but that's due to transformation and his toes. And that's about it in terms of movement. And speaking of his transformation, you just flip his toes down, push his legs together, and make sure it clicks. And there you go. That's his transformation. He's supposed to be like a little torpedo thing where you set it in and he launches it out. That's how they deploy the mini-cons in the show. I mean, I kind of wish they did more with it. I understand it's a kid toy and they aren't going to make it so complicated to the point where the kids can't transform it. But you don't really do anything. You still see his hands, his head's barely covered up. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me. I wish they added more. Another crazy thing that they added, now that we're done with him, they gave him a bunch of armor stuff and weaponry, all in this clear plastic, which is green for some reason. And I don't know. They never had this in the show, or at least these minicons never had power-up stuff in the show. So I do not know why they did such a thing. But anyway, he comes with double of each one. He has like two of these. I'm gonna call them giant swords or size, but there's a port right behind his arm where it slides in, and they each have a specific spot that you have to slide them in. That's one. And then same thing on this side, and that's two. Now these are like knee pad kind of guards. They're cool. I do like the spike up part because it kind of shows how sharp he is as a Decepticon. They just go straight right there on the knee. Maybe probably there we go. Just like that. I will say this is like probably the only armor that I don't disagree with because it is pretty cool. And then he comes with these two, I'm gonna call them guns. He never had these in the show, so I have no idea where these are from. These are actually pretty nice design for a gun. I kind of wish we had these in plastic form, but not in this clear plastic, like what the other Transformers get. I wish we kind of had these designs. It actually kind of almost reminds me of Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster from the original cartoon, if that makes sense. I think that's pretty cool. And they go in each hand. You could also put it here if you wanted to, but it won't hold on, so I'd say here. And then the last thing, this is just like the chest plate, armor on the chest plate. You just place it in the middle and then you fold up the head. It's pretty cool. But before I do that, I want to say, if you have the game Robots in Disguise, there's this part where you scan symbols, and you scan this part and you get some kind of prize. I did it once. I forget what you get, but you get rewards. You actually don't get him for some reason, but hey, it's whatever. I forgot to say that on the strong arm video that I pretty sure I did. And you just place the chest there. There were two ports there, and you just fold the head up. Now, honestly, I do like this armor. The head's pretty cool. The chest is a little cooler. But it's just the gun and the blasters here that make no sense to me, but this makes sense to me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Why it's green is beyond me. It contracts the red and the yellow, I mean, not yellow, purple really well, but I don't see why they chose green. If they did something, I could see them doing like red or like purple for some of it, but green just made no sense to me. Still doesn't make any sense to me now. But yeah, and for the record, he still can transform even with all this armor on. Now, this is where my opinions differ on the giant swords here. This makes it cooler. I would say, the only weapons that he comes with that I find useless are the blasters. Because he never used them, and you'll never raise his arm to like shoot him, so it makes no sense. But yeah, that's actually it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Catch y'all later.